All right. So today I just want to walk you guys through some AMC technical analysis setup that I kind of have at the moment. This is not a financial advice, so but I do want to point out that with this current setup, I do expect some sort of like a squeeze coming up soon. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, my doggy is crying for attention. Anyway, so yeah, first of all, I just wanna start with the current EMA first. So I have what I'm looking at this moment. Is let me show you. So the pink line here. It's I believe it's 3. How come it's not coming up? It's weird. Just 1 second. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, the pink line is, I believe it's 380, 350 line, and yellow line is 200-day moving average. Blue line is 180. So at this moment, this one, when you look at it, this is January 25th, 2027. So this is when the we saw the January squeeze, right? And as you can see, this pink line was on the top, and and then the 200 moving average was in the middle, and blue line, which is 180 days moving average, was in the bottom. And when it hits, it squeezed, and then after that, the pink line moves out of this trend line, right? And then now in June, when we saw the bottom, I mean, we thought that it's the bottom, but we actually got more downside. But it crossed in June, early June, and now the pink line again, it's crossed, and now we're seeing a very similar pattern as January, early January, I guess. That's when the squeeze started. And yeah, and then I believe when this also hits around this area, which is gonna be around probably like December, early December, I see this indication here. We could see very similar a spike up to the very violent upside to the upside. And yeah, I think that's what I seeing here. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I'm looking at. And after that, we do have a FOMC meetings. FOMC meeting on December, I believe, 14. So I think we're looking at is we see the CPI coming down, right? 7.7 last time. The market thought that it could come to 7.9, but we actually it was a lot lower than the market expected. So because of all that thing, and plus the current house market is not great because of the increase of this the housing the interest rate, right? So the housing market is not active. So I think the Fed is also aware of that. We don't want to see another house crash, like 2008 or 9. So I do expect that they're gonna go for 0.5%, and that's what market also anticipated this December FOMC meeting, right? So we'll see how that goes. And when they actually announce 0.5% interest rate, I do also expect that market will take that as a very positive sign, that Fed will start to probably pause maybe early next year, and they're trying to like slow down the pace, right, of this interest rate. So I think we're about to see a massive short covering, because they've been shorting us heavily, right? So yeah, I think we're at the right timing, and then yeah, I do feel like it's coming, right? It's all the setup is very nicely, it's all here, like a January, right? You see. So yeah, like, and then also another thing I want to say, another thing I want to mention is MACD, right? So what we are looking at here, in January 2021, when we see the squeeze, we have a very slow pace of this a green chart here, right? And now when you look at the May and June run up here, we had this choppy line in this this triangular divergence, and then after that we see this green pattern goes up, right? This green pattern goes up, and then there was a pullback. And what we want to also what I actually find out is on short so when you go to FINRA short interest report date on the FINRA website, what I found last year was this is 2023 by the way, but in 2021 the short interest publication date, it was January 27, right? So they every month there's a short interest report twice a month, right? And what I found is end of the month short interest publication date, it's very correlated to the short squeeze pattern. And then when you look at the 2021 short interest publication date, it was January 27, which was exact date that AMC, all the GameStop, all the meme basket stock squeeze. Look at the date there, right? To January 27, right? In May also, it started around. I believe the FINRA short interest publication date in May last year, around, it was probably 25th, right? So that's when squeeze started, right? You look at the date. So we have very similar pattern here, right? So when you look at the FINRA short interest date, it was for us in this in this month, it was last Friday, November 25th. I'll show you also, May. So 2023 short interest report date is May 4th, but in 2021 it was May 25th, I believe. So that's when the short squeeze started. So I feel like it's very correlated in some way. We have a 3-month cycle pattern, and also we have this short interest publication date that is somewhat. That's when we see the squeeze. So it's very interesting, isn't it? And then so we just had a short interest publication date on November 25th, which was a Friday, and I do expect short covering this week. That's just what I think. Not a financial advice. The reason is that we have a very similar setup, which was we had this kind of very fast moving the chart here, and we have pullback, very similar setup as a May and June, right? We came, they shorted us down like heavily, and there was massive upside, and there was a pullback, right? And then 25th was our the short interest publication date, and look at this, even May, it started on Monday, right? 24th, and 25th was the SI publication date. So that's when short squeeze started. In January 27 was the FINRA short interest publication date, and that's when short squeeze started. So, but they smashed down us because, as you guys all know, Robinhood, they just blocked the buy button, right? And I feel like it could have gone even further, but everything just kind of smashed to the ground. I don't know what's going to happen this time. I don't know if Robinhood will, do the same thing, or other brokers will block the buy button this time again. But this is what I expect, right? So we could see the upside coming this week, right? Monday. I think especially T+2, right? Like Monday to Wednesday. And then I feel like we could see very similar pattern as May and June, because the setup is very same. Even when you look at the MACD, this is a day chart, by the way, and I do feel like January was very just smooth, kind of like curve, kind of uptrend. But the June run up was quite different, right? So there was a small pattern, and after that there was a big pattern, and I feel like that's what I'm looking at here. So we'll see how that goes. We still have to climb up to the upside like this way, So I don't know how much it will go up, but if we can follow this trend, you see the cup and handle like this, not a cup and handle, but like a cup shape. We have a very big cup shape here. So I don't know how much it will take to the upside, and I don't know how long it will take to go up to the upside, because they've been smashing down, really, really hard, for a very, very long time. It was quite stretched, right? But I do feel like, I don't know, even I look at the other YouTubers, especially the trading with emotion guy. He talks about how the squeeze can, he could expect squeeze, but it could be a little stretched out, right? It's not like 1 or 2 weeks. Even January squeeze, was kind of didn't really last about long, right? It was just very one day there was like a 200% boom upside, and then just smashed. But in May June run up, it was about a slightly less than 2 weeks, right? So it was around early May to early June when you look at the whole thing. But after the pullback, and then around the FINRA short interest publication date, which was May 25th, when you look at that on that date, from that date, we could see this is 24th, 25th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's like probably like less than 10 days, right? So I don't know how squeeze will, like how long it will last, like it could go, I'm expecting maybe 2 weeks. But in 2 weeks we have a FOMC meeting soon, right? So I'm also trying to figure out, we're at the point where the end of the month we have a FOMC meeting coming up in December 14. So my question is, do we have squeeze before FOMC meeting, or do we is the squeeze will continue after the FOMC meeting? That's my first question, and I'm still trying to figure out how the squeeze will run, right? So I think this week will be pretty interesting. It could be we could see some massive upside maybe. We'll see how that plays out, right? But there, like I said, important indication is here. We see the 300 day. I'm trying to show you guys like what's what kind of date here, but I couldn't really find out what's the. Let me try to pull it here. Yeah, here. Because when I look, this is the app. I'm using the. I recently downloaded the app, but it's not showing here. But yeah, you can see here EMA, right? So the ping is 360, right? It's a 360 day. The blue line is 180, right? It's very interesting setup here, right? We're at the we're very close. This EMA lines are almost about to touch, and when it touch, it squeeze. We are almost there. But when I look at GME, right? I think GME might take a little while. I feel like GME has different like every stock, every squeeze stock or whatever meme stocks, or I think they have a different duration, and then I feel like when it's squeeze, especially GameStop, I think it has the very this has a lot of how do you say, like when it's squeezed like massively. I think that's what this this GME is about, right? And then yeah, it's been just chopping. Like we're not seeing a massive upside, in this year. I mean, we do see, like we saw in March, maybe a little bit in June, but they took us down. So yeah, I feel like GME might take a little while. I don't see a same setup as AMC. Even when you look at a GME for a second, GME also started when this pink line, which is 360 days moving average, touches yellow line, like I said, 200-day moving average, and blue line touches, like what I just told you about, right? AMC setup. When it touches, it starts to move upside, right? And when it moves upside, it moves up like really, like, I mean, I think there's like about what, from the August, when it touches, it's about end of August to the January, so that's about almost like 4 or 5 months. So that there's about 4 or 5 months accumulation period, right? So there's a accumulation period, and there's a squeeze, and then I think we're not there yet. It just, in GME, it just crossed the line, and we will about to see very similar pattern of this 2020 August, probably, kind of setup. But we're still, yeah, GME, I think it probably takes a bit of more time than AMC, I feel like. But when it's squeezed, I feel like it's gonna squeeze like really, really hard. I mean, I just copy exactly the same as what we saw in January 2021, and what it shows is the stock price could up to 2,000. Believe it or not, I don't know if that's happened. I think the whole stock market will crash. But yeah, so I feel like GME, when I just look at the this 3 EMA date, I feel like it's gonna take a longer than AMC. AMC is about to see the squeeze because it's touching the this 360 and then 200 and then 180 days moving average. So it's very interesting. I'm looking at also BBBY. BBBY also start moving upside when also it's very similar. I think thing happened, right? Yeah, and then it moves upside, and then I think BBY is also about to touch this line, probably around early December or mid December. Yeah, like just near the FOMC meeting, but it should move up soon too. But yeah, I feel like AMC is about to touch very soon. When I just look at the this 3 EMA, and yeah, even Dogecoin, like I said, it's the same thing. I've been looking at this for a while, and I've been studying for a couple of years now. And even Dogecoin, yeah, Dogecoin is shooting up, right? It's the same thing. When I just look at the this 3 EMA, see, pink line, you see it's on the top, yellow line, 200 moving average, 180, it touches, it shoot up. It took us down again. It took the price down, but it's moving back up. But when you look at the MACD, it's a very similar setup as January and February range. So yeah, I feel like we're in a I feel like we're in a squeeze season, and yeah, I feel like it's we're about to see some massive upside. And when I copy exactly same setup here, and then when I move this chart here, yeah, so I just basically put it up here, and then what we see here, yeah, so this yellow line is exactly what I just did, and then yeah, Dogecoin also will squeeze in January, right? And then also Dogecoin is also correlated to meme stock. I don't know why, but it does. You know, when there was a big spike in 2021 in January, we saw a massive upside January 28, 29. And that's what GME and all AMC, all the meme stock shoot up. And that's very much correlated to the short interest publication date, right? Next year, 2023, we have a January 25th. So I feel like we could see something similar around this date. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like it's been very choppy year, very difficult time in 2022. But yeah, I feel like now interest rate is, it's coming down from 0.75 to 0.5, and I think market will take that as a very positive sign. And then we could see a massive upside short covering rally first before any other stock go up. I feel like, because shorts are in the market like crazy, right? Like they've been shorting us crazy. So yeah, maybe the heavily shorted stock will squeeze first, maybe, and after that maybe other stock will start to rally. But yeah, that's all for today, and I hope this is helpful for you guys. If anyone are interested in about this EMA and MACD, but yeah, I'll make other videos, if there's any interest. I usually I've been making a video for Korean investors, retail investors, but this time I wanted to just do updates for English speakers this time. So just want to share this info with you guys all. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I mean, Thanksgiving is done, but yeah, have a good weekend, and then talk to you guys later. Bye.